G'day, welcome to I Cultivate. My name's Steve. Today we're going to be having a look at this supplement that you can use for soil, wood ash, straight from our fire. This is wood ash directly from our fireplace. And did you know it is a really valuable resource to use in your garden? But before you go dumping it around your garden, around your plants and into compost and so on, there are a few important points that you need to be aware of first. So let's now dive down into each of those points. So wood ash is actually packed full of nutrients, particularly things like potassium and calcium and small amounts of phosphorus. But even given this, there are a few things that we need to be mindful of. So the first thing about wood ash, as I've mentioned in previous videos, one thing that we need to be aware of as gardeners is the pH of our soil. If you don't know the pH of your soil, I encourage you to make sure that you find out. Now I'll put a link in the video right now that takes you to an article about looking at how to determine the pH of your soil. So go and have a look at that if you're not sure. The reason why I mention this now is because wood ash is alkaline. That means if you just dump it on your soil willy-nilly without thinking about it, you have the potential to change the pH of your soil to become more alkaline. Now, if your soil is slightly acidic, that doesn't matter so much because that is then going to have the effect of bringing it back towards neutral. But if your soil is already alkaline, adding wood ash can be a problem. To get the best results from using wood ash on your garden, use approximately 1 to 2 cups per square metre. So I'm going to say roughly a handful would be about 1 cup. Sprinkle it lightly over the top. And then once you've done that, give it a rake in. So when using your wood ash, make sure that firstly you test the soil pH. Knowing what the soil pH is will enable you to have a good idea about what the impact of the wood ash will be on the soil. Make sure that you only add it to the right plants that aren't going to be bothered by the change of pH if there is a change of pH. Make sure you use it in moderation. And lastly, make sure that you mix it into the soil. Another thing that you can use wood ash for is to add to your compost. Now just a few handfuls, don't overdo it. You will find that this can be an amazing conditioner for your compost. Now once you've got it added, give it a bit of a dig through. And then of course, allow the compost to do its thing. Now there are a few things that you absolutely have to avoid when it comes to using wood ash in your garden. The first is, make sure that the wood ash has been sourced from wood that has not been treated, and secondly has not been painted, because the materials that are in the treatment or in the paint are ultimately going to end up in your wood ash, and that can be toxic. So don't use treated timbers or painted timbers to source your wood ash from. Secondly, don't add too much. You really will find that with wood ash, just a little bit is enough. Remember, no more than 1 or 2 cups per square metre. So make sure that you don't use too much. And the last thing that you really need to avoid is adding wood ash to seedlings. Because of the impact on the pH of the soil, that can have an impact on such things as seed germination and also the growth of young seedlings. So don't add fresh wood ash to seedlings. So next time you are cleaning out your fireplace, don't just throw away all of that wood ash. It can be a wonderful supplement for your garden. If you've used wood ash in your garden before, I'd love to hear how you found it, what sort of successes you've had, or has it been a problem? Add your information down to the comments below, please. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, can I please ask you to give us a thumbs up, Subscribe to this channel and go to our website icultivate.net and become a member of the community. Thanks for watching.